to get this one across the 35.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did because he was on the run. Normally, when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's 2nd and 10.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Off play action. Hebert. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they points, they won't turn that down at all.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
What I enjoyed this week is that you were asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
And to give this time to the tailback. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety? coming up and making the big-time play.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Cunningham. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Back to throw. Hebert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. And
here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll call that a 33-yard. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On first down, Tony. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Cunningham. And that's complete to Sanders. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Cunningham from the gun.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Toney. And nowhere for him to go again. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Cunningham.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
On 1st and 10, Hebert. That's complete to Turner. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burko?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They run the counter now on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Hebert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Hebert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. But it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Back to throw. Hebert. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And he's got some space here. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early, so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Hebert, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Hebert. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And that'll be accepted, of course, so that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And to give this time to the tailback. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Looking to throw. Hebert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
Now a first down throw, Cunningham. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Barnett, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Cunningham looking to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Cunningham. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's first down from the 42. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with third and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third and 11. Back to throw. Hebert. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, the big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with third and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Eagles on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third and 11. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And now they'll run it here off tackle. Gets through, and now an opening. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Martin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Hebert, and that is incomplete.
Now that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage, knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times, and made a nice play.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This from 54 yards away. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's a 2nd missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Tony, give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Cunningham to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Now for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Hebert. And it's complete to Martin. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. To throw on 2nd down. Hebert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
First and 10 here, and if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 46. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Taken at about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for Philadelphia. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Saints, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll start out here with the option left. He's got a first down past the 30. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
The Cunningham's throw taken in here by Jackson. 7 yards to pick up there.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down and 3. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Back to throw. Cunningham. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Cunningham. He finds his man, complete.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
On 3rd down, Tony. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, Parker, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Well, they needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
it takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Cunningham. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. It's their quarterback. A 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Throwing on first down. Hebert over the middle, complete. That's Turner. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On first down, Hebert throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Back to throw. Hebert. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He'll decide to keep this once more. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
From the gun on 3rd down, Cunningham. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Muscles him off. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Come on, baby. Let's go. He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
On 1st down, Tony. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Cunningham. Got his man over the middle. This is quick. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Tony. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. A 10-play drive that time. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 1st and 10, Hebert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And that'll set them back 5. Back to throw. Hebert got his man complete over the middle. That's Turner. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football, CD. That's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
To throw on 3rd down. Hebert. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Hebert. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Hebert. And this is incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Hebert. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this one is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. they don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. They'll run on first down. Tony, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down now, it's Sherman able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Off play action, it's Cunningham. Eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Give him a couple on the scramble in 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
So that'll back him up 5. A play fake. Now Cunningham. Now he's flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And his kick is good. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Throwing on first down. Hebert. And Martin's got it. Complete. 3 yards the gain there. Second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw on second down. Hebert. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
The Saints on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 7. Over the middle, complete. That's Carroll. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Martin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
The extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
And they'll try to run the option here.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
In the National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.